The role of AI in talent acquisition by Mr. Anil Kumar Bonu, founder of TalentSpotify. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Anil Kumar Bonu, a visionary leader with over 22 years of experience in the HR tech industry. He's the founder and the CEO of TalentSpotify, a groundbreaking B2B SaaS platform that leverages machine learning and OKRs to help organizations measure and reward employee achievements effectively. In addition to TalentSpotify, Mr. Bonu founded Apps Dream System Private Limited, a leader in HCM solutions and training. His expertise includes top enterprise tools like Oracle Fusion, SAP SuccessFactors, and Oracle eBusiness Suite. He has also successfully delivered large-scale projects, managed global teams, and implemented transformative solutions across industries and geographies. So Mr. Bonu has held pivotal roles such as head of HR applications at MR Properties Dubai and principal HCM architect at Emirates Airlines, earning a reputation as a trusted expert and innovator in HR technology. So over to you, Mr. Anil Kumar.
Thank you, Priya, for the introduction. So first of all, hello, everyone. So thanks to Santosh and GCP IT for giving this opportunity for me to be part of this panel. And also, I want to just say thank you for the insights what shared by Jayshree ma'am and as well as Mr. Oman Abraham. It's a really great insights about their experiences and how it's been translated into the knowledge and that's been consumed. It's the last 1 hour onwards. I'm just hearing about them, what they are just grabbing, how much I can just grab the knowledge from them. And that's really great. And coming to myself as an Aneel, as what Priya said on this one, and I'm founder of TalentSpotify, and we are not into talent acquisition, but TalentSpotify is into employees' performance review, rewards, and recognition. It's a KPI gamification tool. And also we work with companies to give a rewards in terms of like the moment employee achieves any OKR or any goal or any KPI, then employee get a reward points, where employee can redeem that reward points through corporate merchandise or maybe a non-monetary rewards. Like today, I will work from home by exchanging of these points, and also working a flexible working hours or maybe a like certificates, etc. on this one. And also what we do is our AI-based performance reviews. We will identify if there is any biases are there in terms of a performance reviews, especially in behavioral competencies evaluation. Then we will highlight the case to HRBP saying that, hey, there is a bias is there identified by AI. You need to step in and check this performance document and counsel the manager to redo this particular performance appraisal before releasing it to the employee. That's the problem what we are trying to solve through TalentSpotify on that using AI. Now, coming to the talent acquisition perspective. So before starting into the talent acquisition, I just want to share with you one of the incident, but I don't want to name the companies and I don't want to name the names, real names. Just want to tell you the story on this one, what happened on this one. There is a one known company which I know that, and one of the recruiters shared with me the story on this one. They used a lot of latest AI model, what they have built it out for their recruitment part. So the model works in such a way that it will always looks like the keywords of, especially for in terms of a skills and experience related to the software engineers position. The position is related to software engineers. So they are always looking for the best candidate who are all based on their skills and experiences. The tool is scanning all the CVs and one candidate, something like, let's put it as a name as somebody like Bob for our understanding on this one. That particular CV has been detected. Everything is matching 100% in terms of skills and everything, experience, the number of years of experience, everything is matching. But it is bit an unusual is coming up. Why? Because in the work experience section, Bob had written a small poem about his love of coding. So the tool was confused and it didn't know how to process the poem, and it keep flagging that Bob's resume as unqualified. But the recruiter is a traditional recruiter. I mean, they're using as a smart recruiter on this point. So something on this Bob's poem that where tool did not find that creativity and passion on that. And she decided to invite the Bob for interview, and it turned out he's a perfect suit for that particular job. And they were just discussing about the offer, and then he said, like, I have written this poem as for me to show it up how I'm going to be different on this one, towards to stand them out of the crowd. That's why actually I have written on this one. And the funny ending is, the first task was given to that software engineer for that particular company, to give him as a write a poem about the company's mission statement. So that's what we learned from this particular thing. It is not like it should be a balancing of AI powered recruitment tools with the human intuition and creativity. It needs to be there when we are just doing about anywhere we are using AI. While AI can help you to automate the routine tasks and improve the candidate matching, but it's still important to have a human touch in the recruitment process. That's what actually I just want to start it out on this one, to go on that one. I don't have any slides. I have only one slide. This is the only slide what I'm going to talk about it. So it's all about talent acquisition. How we are going to start it up on this one. It will start from the requisition onwards. Like there is a position vacant and where it needs to be started requisition on this one. And when it is coming to the requisition, it was before 2020, like pre 2020, most of the companies have one big problem. We don't have a JDs on this one, because there are a lot of positions are created, but there is no standardized job descriptions, or maybe job descriptions are maybe stalled out on this one. So that's the generic problem what we were having it. Thanks to AI, where that is where actually the AI stepped into that point, and today we are having it as a dynamic job descriptions are coming up based on the roles, because it is very much necessary. The reason is, like today's everybody's skill is changing so dynamic, especially if you take it out into IT industry or maybe into some other new industry. Every industry is rapidly growing. It's not the same as 2020. Now today we are in 2025. The skill set whatever you have on 2020 is not matching with 2025. Even take an example of chat GPT, which was there on 2022, and now see that one, it's totally different. And especially if you look into the skill set of uh, data engineers in terms of AI part, and it is keep on changing that one. They need to come up with the learning and new models. So the job descriptions also should be dynamic based on the environment. It has to be clear, exactly suitable to that particular role. It should not be used as a standardized job descriptions as the same templates kind of a thing. And that's where actually it will be starting that point in terms of a requisition perspective. And also, if you can just look into that, there are certain tools. I have seen that one where the requisition itself is having as a disqualification questions will be there, and based on the job description, there are certain AI tools will be just suggesting what are the disqualification questions for that particular role in terms of a requisition perspective. So if you are smart enough, you should not go blindly whatever it is being suggested by the AI. That's where actually the recruiter and human intelligence, which is going to be coming up, you should be always using that as a suggestion tool only. You should not take that one as 100% dependent on this one, where you have to use your human intelligence. Whatever it is required, relevant to you, and you need to pick it up from your part of the available list of disqualification questions, and then you can just attach it to the requisition. And that's where actually it will be helpful for the AI perspective on that. And when it is coming to that, once the requisition is being approved, and then what you need to do is you have to do the sourcing part. When it is coming to the sourcing, there are a lot of job boards where it needs to be pushed out. So do you know where is that, which job boards, which is going to be giving you as a more traffic, and which is going to be conversion into the successful? That's where actually your previous analytics, which you need to look into that. You have to see that one in terms of an analytics perspective. What was the past experience, how it was been. Let's take an example. If you post a job in particular job portal like LinkedIn or something, like the more traffic is coming up, but the success rate is coming up something else is the Indeed portal on this one. So you need to look into that, why this is happening and why that is coming up. What is the quality of resume is coming up. You need to just analyze the sourcing part where you are just posting your jobs on this one. That should be as one of the AI part which will be coming up. There are a lot of tools are available on this one, which is coming up. It is coming up in the market also. This is the one area where it is coming up, which is going to be a more of advancement on this one. And the most important thing, once being candidate is applied, that's where actually it is coming up as a candidate experience. Earlier, people used to write it out the application form. When they open the application form, there are a lot of fields will be there. People used to fill it out, type it out, each and every field on this point. Nowadays, it is not like that. It is just simply a chatbot is coming up, and the chatbot is just asking what's your name and just upload your CV. That's it. And the moment you upload your CV will be passed, and then it will be just application will be relevant application will be filled. At the same time, it will tell you what are the jobs suitable to your based on your CV. It will tell you what are the jobs suitable, and that's the great advancement in terms of a candidate perspective, how it will be helpful on this one. And also, it is kind of a conversations with the candidates, which is going to be a more advancement on this one. And then the next phase, which is coming up as an interviewing phase. And today, if you look into that interviewing part, when we are just looking into that, especially in terms of a video interviews, there are a lot of things are coming up in this one, whereas automated candidate screening is coming up. AI can help in terms of a screening a candidates, analyzing their responses, and predefined questions, saving a times and efforts for a lot for the recruiters in terms of that one. And also, especially in terms of a video interviews, there is a facial expression analysis is happening on this one. That tools, there are certain tools, candidates, facial expressions and body language, and also like to assess their emotional intelligence and as well as their personality traits to be identified based on that one. That's the advancement it is coming up. And also it is something called as a speech pattern analysis. Something like AI can analyze a candidate's speech patterns and tone and language and the uses based on that, evaluate their communication skills and their confidence on this one. And personalized feedback, this is where actually which is coming up from that, especially in the AI tools, candidates based on their performance and highlighting their way, what areas they are supposed to be improved, and also suggesting ways to enhancing their interview skills on this one. And biases detection, this is also one of the major point where it is coming up on this one. AI is the one area where you can just use it properly to detect, reduces biases, and in terms of a hiring processes by analyzing the language and tone that used by the interviews and as well as in terms of a candidates. And also it is when you are just doing in terms of a searching perspective also, when candidates searching perspective in the tools searching perspective also, it is not going to be based on the demographic based or not based on the genders, not biased based on the age, different things. It is not like that because the algorithm works on terms of that without any biases on this one. That's where actually AI is going to be really helpful in terms of that one. And also searching in terms of a candidate search, and it will give you the best match based on your particular job description. There are a lot of thousands of candidates are applied, and how do you know that one which candidate is going to be suitable to your particular job description? That's where actually the AI tools, today's AI tools, are really helpful in terms of finding out what is exactly the job description and who is the right fit based on that one. That's the one of the great thing where AI is going to be helpful. And also what Jayshree ma'am said, like the predictive analytics, this is where actually the major part which is coming up on this one. Today's world, predictive analytics is going to be the future on this one. There are no more like as a regular analytics, it is coming up as a completely a predictive analytics based on the trends, what is happening on this one as a current, and based on that it will be projected what is going to be happen in the future. Like whether if you are hiring a candidate, how long he is going to be stay with you. And imagine if a candidate is coming up and then going out immediately within a 1 year, then just imagine the recruitment cost, and you just imagine the onboarding and as well as bringing him on par into that one, which is going to be a very very higher cost. So those kind of things, these predictive analytics and as well as big data analytics, which is combined together, and it will give you as a lot of good results. Like let's take an example. If you are hiring a leadership position, just you can just collect their social media posts, what social media accounts, and whatever it is, other information. If you can just, there are certain analytics where you can just get the information, grab the information, what kind of a post he is posting and what kind of a post he's liking and commenting on this one. Based on that, what is the nature of the candidate? Based on that, you can just find it out what is the way you are supposed to do the interviews and do a psychometric test well in advance and find it out what is the behavior part right of this particular person. before joining into the companies on this one. There are a lot of tools which is going to be helpful. And one more thing is coming up when it is coming into the offers perspective, the negotiation part is also AI will be helpful, especially in terms of that market survey. And today's what is the position and what is the employee salary? What is that you are offering on this one? What is the bracket is there? What is the min max and what is the compa ratio is there? And this will give you with the similar positions and the similar companies, similar size of companies and similar size of locations, and what is the other people are offering on this one. So that will give you as a benchmarking exercises where you can just get it into immediately in your hand, and it will tell you that one what is the bracket where you can just go for a negotiation on this part to hire a candidate on this one. And especially when it is coming to the pre-boarding and as well as onboarding activities, AI is really helpful in terms of that one, in terms of a tasks automated and as well as in terms of a talking to the candidate before joining into the candidate, and it will tell him that one like what is the kind of experience what he is going to get it and this. However, out of all these kind of things, there should be like especially in terms of a candidate onboarding perspective, I still prefer to have it as a human touch needs to be there. The recruiter needs to be talk to the candidate where that gives them a trust, that will be building the trust, and that's where actually the balance should be maintained between a human and as well as the AI perspective on this one. So from that, I'm just open for any Q&A. If you guys are having it, I'm just happy to take it up any Q&A on this one.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing the insights on the impact of AI in talent acquisition. So audience, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat box. So how can AI be used to enhance the candidate experience throughout the recruitment process from initial application to onboarding?
Here, actually, in terms of a candidate experience, like, especially the personalized support needs to be provided. Like today, AI-powered chatbots and virtual assistants can provide a personalized support to the candidates and answer their questions and helping them to navigate the application process so smoothly. And also, in terms of a streamlining an application process, like, interview scheduling, reducing the time, effort, and required from the candidate's perspective, and also providing a real-time feedback. That's the one of the most important thing, like where candidates real-time feedback for their application, helping them to understand what is their strengths and as well as weaknesses, and also improving a communication perspective, like, the more effectively the communicating with the candidates, keeping them informed about the status of their application, and also providing them an update in terms of a hiring processes, and that will make them happy in terms of enhancing the experience of the candidate.
Thank you so much for that. And looking ahead, what are the most promising AI-powered solutions in talent acquisition that you believe will have the greatest impact on the future of work, such as AI-powered interviewing, predictive analytics, and skill-based hiring?
Correct. So what you said is AI-powered interviewing is one of the major thing, like, that can analyze the candidates' responses, responses to questions, and providing insights, their skill sets, and whether they are going to fit to the role or not, and all these things, it will be helpful. Of course, predictive analytics is one of the things that can analyze the candidate data based on that, like whether he is going to be successful in that role or helping companies to make them as a formal, informed hiring decisions, and all these things, it will be helpful. And also, it is a skill-based hiring. That is also one of the things which is going to be coming up on this one, candidate skills, experience, and matching them to the requirements and providing for more like objective kind of a assessment for their fitment of the role. And also today's one of the most important thing which is coming up, and the fact is going forward, is the gig economy is the one what is going to be in the future. Like, it is already there in the Swiggy and all these people are already started. But in terms of the next down the line, next 5-4 years, it is going to become up as a gig economy, and where the AI tools needs to come up a lot more on that particular gig force to be hiring, and then working on a temporary workforce and hiring them, and then to make them engagement, and then you have to just, temporary based working. That's the one area where it is going to become up. And also virtual reality assessments. That is also one of the area where candidate experience while providing insight skills about that role, and that will be just going to give them as a immersive experience.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for answering to our questions so wonderfully.